because I have this strong top half of the map, the Galio, who is semi-global, is going to be able to collapse in and actually force those top trades to be favorable. Lava will not be able to match those rotations from the lane unless something goes horribly wrong for Chovy, of course. So you have a lot of top control, you have hyper-scaling late game in the Jinx, and you just have great straight-up team fighting, tons of mobility with the Thresh. I think for Fred at Breon here, the ruler holographic. As right. Card.
Probably first edition as well, because I'm pretty sure he is the original ruler for the LCK. So here we are, onto the Rift for game number 1. Fred at Breon on our blue side. They did have side selection, chose that one this time around. And Gen G seeing whether they can weather the storm here of this early game as Lava and Chovy just hanging out. I really like the team that's shocked.
Yeah, interesting emote there. Peanut is just going to be able to solo this Drake. They also show bot again, and Lava could have tried to be annoying here, but alone is just not realistic.
It's a really good mimic chain there from Lava. Wins out on this trade very hard.
Yeah, he's
against Chovy.
So good at LeBlanc, and it's obviously a tough matchup for the Galio to play. Just going to be, slow, and he's going to take some pot shots in the lane. As here comes Umpty, potentially here after this Krug steal. Yep. 6 is up for Morgan.
And diving Doran is difficult, and he should have level 6 on a couple of these minions. We're actually hovering on Morgan right now, who's very close to level 7. So there's level 6 for Doran, so he will have the Hex Deck Ultimatum to try and outplay this one. Can he actually do it, though, is the question. Decides he wants to try and hookshot his way out, but it's not going to work. And Morgan picks up first blood on the top side of the map. Fred at Breon, man. Yep, teleport back there from Chovy, gets towards the mid lane, but you can see all of the waves outside of bottom lane. We're in control of Fred at Breon, and they own the bottom river. So, really smart play. And Fred at Breon, they bided their time, as per usual, but did secure themselves the Hextech Drake, and now it is going to be the Infernal Souls. Oh dear, Peanut comes in the nick of time, and Delight, not so delighted about that one.
Yeah, just getting caught there on the edge. Really easy to lock that one down between the Chompers, the Death Sentence, and of course, Peanut's kit, Flag Drag.
Still very nice, going to join all of those Ash Arrows that I know all of us have been throwing outside of the map. Morgan taking a bit of damage here from Ruler, able to throw out a bunch of these as, that's a teleport in, and there's the heroic entrance. Playing side lane's a bit tough, Mr. Morgan, but Doran's also feeling the same thing. Hookshot trying to get him out of there as the Winter's Bite is going to connect. The Q misses, though, and that means that Doran will survive. Oh, dear, you hate to see that one.
Can trade back a turret, but it's not the end of the world. Hook doesn't land here, but it doesn't matter because Lehens can take that turret shot.
Yep. It's a bouncy castle, and there's not a whole lot they can do. Oh, all right. So the teleport was actually interrupted, and that was what started all of this off.
Yep, he still gets out, though, as you called out earlier, and so feels very good here.
That's a great sidestep from Doran. Let's see whether the trap being set is going to be effective. Snips up these Krugs in the meantime. A fair bit of time here.
How much Krug gold does he get before he dies?
Yeah. I don't know if they're still there. Yeah,
they are.
All right. Well, Hookshot's going to come through. There's the Hextech Ultimatum, heroic entrance. I've seen this combo before as Morgan breaks his stopwatch, but remember, there's no turret. I mean, he's giga dead, and he's going to get taken down. So Doran grabs one back, and that is going to feel good as far as the revenge.
So you've got to be so careful about where he is. That's why the observers are panning out. Because Morgan's just trying to hide where he is right now.
Yeah, Grompiel to go over to Ruler there as well. No lifesteal in the build, so needed that one. As now Morgan diving on forward. It is good. No, stolen by Umpty is now Doran trying to get in there. Hextech Ultimatum comes down as Chovy only going to find one knock-up, and immediately he's exhausted. Morgan gets into the back line, but the Gwen's immune, even more immune there with the stopwatch, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill onto Doran. There are so many low health bars, though, and Ruler is getting excited. Gen G think they might have an opportunity here, but it's not quite correct. But Hennet, if he deals with everyone diving on top of him and survives, he kills everyone.
Yeah.
It's just what happens. As Peanut going to get caught by Lava, who's playing phenomenally on this LeBlanc. As in goes Doran. Now they're going to look to try and force this battle. Hannah tries to get out, but he's unable to. Stunned up by the Everfrost. Brilliant taunt from Chovy, who goes into his Zhonya's immediately. And this is the example of the team fight we were looking for. Morgan able to do a fair bit, but unfortunately the bottom lane's already dead, and Gen G may just look for Baron.
This was a moment where Frederick Breon did not know where Doran was. The observers highlighted it just a split second before Doran engaged there with a Hextech ultimate. This is an easy Baron follow-up here. No way to contest for Frederick Breon.
The siege begins. Chovy cheating towards that mid lane where that heroic entrance is going to be available, but Peanut, getting flashed on. Good knock-up as immediately Ruler just evaporates. He's just dead, and the flashes now have to come out. The box goes down, and Gen G are on the run. Frederick Breon, they had the plan, they had the idea, and Morgan just comes in and snipes. Jinx.
It doesn't get more sniped than that. Lance is going to use the blue buff to get out of here.
That was actually sick.
And he's going to toss a lantern for a little bit of extra shield, speed his way out of here. Well played, Lehens. They're going to take the blue buff away. Greedy with this push. Look at this pocket that Doran finds, and then the perfect angle. As soon as he steps behind the minions, he goes in. He's like, they don't even know I'm here.
Yeah, I love the communication as well. It's like, find anyone at all. Now Peanut, can he get in there? Lava spotted over to the side as we move down towards the Drake. This is the important one as Morgan's tagged by the Zap. Some rockets coming through as well as now Morgan trying to turn it around. Doran getting into the backline. Delight is not his target as Umpty's in here. Can he actually secure this? The answer is no as Peanut locks it down, but now the fight is on. Morgan doing so much damage, and Hannah is at full health. Everyone has to go golden. The GAs are in there, and Chovy finally tries to turn it on. Morgan's taken down though as Lava's in the backline, and Hannah is still alive. Not for that much longer. As Lava with 200 health slinks his way out, but Gen G narrowly win the fight.
Yep,
Bye, Lava. Fight here as Lava is just dead. Chovy's going to be able to pick that one up. Justice Punch to the face. They get to the right spot, lands the Moonlight Vigil. As we're going to check this one out one more time.
Chovy's like, you're trying to engage on me. He has too many tools to shut him down. He's not alone.
Oh, that was actually really cute. I don't know how Morgan got so much better, but he definitely did. Lava remained good, right? Umpty was up and down, but had some fantastic moments. But this team is playing really, really well, despite the fact that they are now on the back foot and facing down Gen G with a Baron buff. Still call it almost a win. As in goes Doran, he gets delivered all the way to the back line. It's likely that he's going to fall down here, but no, goes into his stopwatch. Delight is going to be the first one to fall. Now Morgan, he's finally turned up. Moonlight Vigil does a fair bit of work from the back line as Morgan gets out. The Gwen was definitely immune there, but not for too much longer, as the Mist is now on cooldown, and Gen G is stand their ground and take down this inhibitor. The rest of them back to the fountain just to get healed up, and Doran doesn't have teleport just yet. So it's 4 versus 4 for the moment. There's Umpty. Yeah, looking to get around. He wants to get another pick onto Ruler potentially as Lava. A lot of damage there with the Mimic Distortion.
This is really, really a pretty open and shut case here for Gen G to push through. They have the minion wave, teleport comes through. Umpty's looking for anything, but it's not going to happen.
He has to try and make the play as Morgan goes golden, but man, the amount of damage from Ruler right now is just ridiculous. They take out the Gwen, and unfortunately for Frederick Breon, it is not quite enough. It was a valiant effort, but in the end, Gen G's composition reigned supreme. My goodness, words are difficult. As the Nexus is finally going to get taken down, I think, if Chovy decides to take it as, yeah, Super Mega Death Rocket, not going to be there. Good night, Nexus. Well, Gen G, they do manage to win game 1. 100% true. Morgan, absolute hero in that game. The Gwen did a bunch of work, but it was a very standard late game carry comp here from Gen G, and they're just demonstrating that, yeah, no, we can still play around rules. Yep. This is definitely a different approach, and after seeing the Gwen, I like it a whole lot more. We'll see what Doran decides to go with when it comes to the summoners. We've seen a whole lot of different options for the Graves. Exhaust does come to mind. Might help against some of the needlework to come through from the Gwen, but I wouldn't mind keeping the Ignite as well.
I think a lot of
exactly the same reason.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at this draft and say, well, Yuumi is busted, so this is
a team that is very good at making you play until 40 minutes. They almost without fail make everyone do it.
they get away with it completely, and Fred and Breon are left kind of scratching their heads trying to find a way to punish. Now they're going to look for Doran.
Yeah, teleport immediately there from Chovy. Wants to make sure that they save Doran. He will clear out all of these minions as well as Command Protect comes in. And the Rift Herald going to come forward as well. It is going to be gold given over, but I don't know whether they're going to be able to take this turret. Great knock up onto Chovy there as the quickness is going to slow him up. As there's the shockwave. It even lands onto Shelly as 2 dead already on the side of Fred and Breon. Peanut trying to flash after them, but the ulti not quite going to be enough to deal with Morgan. The Rake slows down Umpty, and Command Protect is there. Hannah is going to try to keep himself alive under the turret, but Ruler has 2 bullets with his name on it. And the Aphelios falls down on the bot side as well.
Unable to flash it, stuck there, does get taken out, and now Peanut is just marauding around here. He's going to be able to steal this camp, and there's just nothing Umpty can do about it. Can also clear away that control ward as soon as he's done with this Gromp. Really well played by Gen.G.
And that's what happens, right? You invest the light into the top lane. You got a 2-man advantage on the bottom side of the map, and that is plates, and that is a lot more. As Gen.G starting to continue this snowball forward. Peanut does so much damage. Umpty able to use the ultimate. Is just going to get maneuvered because, of course, had that one running. As Chovy now in trouble, walking around so many. Takes a while to die, but he is able to be taken down in the end. Gale Force comes forward there for Ruler to allow him to grab the kill. His final chapter is going to be used, kind of thrown into the abyss a little bit there. It's a 1-for-1 in the end.
The Talon Yuumi is just such a frustrating thing to deal with. I think perhaps he thought somebody was going to flash the wall there, so was kind of aiming the final chapter, but nobody had flash, actually. They're all on cooldown. Doran could just walk forward and look for that play because he has a Mortal Shield Bow, so he's not afraid of anything, as we'll see a Realm Warp.
Yeah, we do have Cleanse available. Gale Force to try and get Ruler out of there. There's the grand entrance as Ruler's trying to stand his ground. Does manage to pick up 1 kill with the help of Chovy from over the wall. Prowling projectile onto Hannah as Chovy looks for another possible shockwave. There we go, dissonance to slow them up, and Peanut dives on in. Shockwave lands onto Umpty. This time, he doesn't have a Crescent Guard, but Peanut is punished, and Lehens is left by himself. Chovy, can you actually get there and save him? And no, he thinks that he just cannot.
Now this is really fair game for Fred and Breon to actually take the second Rift Herald away. Gen.G are pushed off. A lot of extra gold going over the side of Fred and Breon here. Bounties are available because Gen.G has such a massive gold lead at the 16:45 minute mark here. So there's a lot of standing gold on the map to be picked up. Chovy and Doran should be able to get out of here no problem. I say that.
Yeah, end of the line comes in, but that is a great ever press done as Doran. Oh, dearie me. I think they're getting a little more excited than they should be, but Rift Herald goes down. Doran is going to survive for the moment. Okay. Yep, Prowling Projectile really hurting. Final chapter comes down. Umpty in a bit of trouble here. He might have to ult, but Delight is going to be their target. Ooh, Deadly Flourish was so close. Prowling Projectile also starting to do so much work here. As Lehens, he's glowing. He's done a lot of damage. Captive Audience not going to activate. Peanut looking to clear out vision. Lava off to the side. As, all right, Doran just going to try and get towards some sort of flank and a face check Lava. Not exactly optimal. Umpty has started this one off, but Peanut is right here. It's going to be a 50-50 on this Dragon. Gen.G want to get to that soul point real bad. The quickness dives towards the backside. Then it is going to be secured by Umpty. He has the ultimate running as well as Peanut goes invisible, but I don't think he's going to survive. And no, he is not. Umpty is going to go down in the end, but so far it is going to be Fred and Breon winning out on this fight. Doran does have Lehens there. It's a 2 for 2 in the end as the dust settles, but Fred and Breon, they took away the Dragon.
And that warping down here. Does have his ultimate available.
But the rest of Fred and Breon are on their way. Peanut has to get immediately out of there. Wants to get that parkour working, and he can, but Doran is well and truly dead. Morgan is going to get his revenge as Hannah going for the 1v1 against Ruler in the mid lane, and will get the flash in trade.
And this is one of those moments where, like I said, you ping-pong between side lanes. Now it's all about Morgan. Everybody on Fred and Breon is ready to protect Morgan. They put the Rise top, push those resources through as far as they can, and then he comes bottom, Realm Warps in, traps Gen.G here. Kind of going to be able to get this flash out of Ruler. Watch this happen.
Yeah, it's,
he
doesn't flash that. Ruler is dead.
And playing in very, very methodically, so slowly that they give Gen.G a window back into this game. They don't take break fights, for example. Could be a problem.
Delight going to get caught out there. Peanut actually ults early. All right, getting out of the way of Lava. He is very scary. I could understand as Morgan on the flank. They find Peanut. Immediately he gets out as Delight almost just explodes before anything happens. They take down the turret first. And now Doran in the front line. If the Yuumi is there, able to get those heals, it is dangerous. But Henna able to get some pot shots in there. Really nicely done. Has to be careful, though, as he is well and truly on that front line. And bye-bye. Everyone just gets out of that curtain call, and Lava saves his team yet again.
I thought they were about to... I mean, maybe not for certain fans. Some people think it's a little bit boring, but I'm super into it.
Yeah, Moonlight Vigil comes down. All right, that's a lot of stuns. Grand Entrance comes in, Delight does his job and then dies. Lava now at half health, but he's so tanky. Chovy out of this fight completely. Peanut as well. Might need to try and dash over this wall. Umpty gets over there behind him. And now Peanut able to escape. Chovy surviving, doesn't have teleport as he used it just before. And that is a very, very close range. Okay, last bullet. Will Lava dodge it? The flash had to be used. Collateral damage then as Henna just gets sniped with a deadly flourish. Oh, Ruler, that was beautiful. This bot lane, as the minion wave conga line's in. So these two should be going down. Morgan is slunk into the rear.
Has to be so well coordinated. They've got one chance.
Yeah, well, Morgan looking for Chovy. He's going to be the target, but he has a Zhonya's. Delight going to get stunned up and immediately explodes. Curtains are going to get cold as Lava trying to get out of there. He's able to, oh, just barely. Not able to realm warp. And Henna, yep, you are well and truly dead, my friend. It was a good last-ditch effort, but unfortunately for Predaprion, they're going to get aced. And Gen G will find a 2-0 and even the scoreline with T1.
One chance, one last opportunity there to get the pick onto Chovy. He has 3 items. He's got a Death Cap, Morella Nomicon, his Ludens. He has his stopwatch. He has his stopwatch. He can't get kills. Okay, he couldn't get kills. I was going to say, because that's like the opposite of what happened.
Yeah.
Because
and it looked like that, right? It looked like he was a Talon that hadn't managed to snowball enough. So was never able to actually get that execute damage. Doran, he did a lot of damage this game as the Graves. But honestly, this game was a...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season for the interview translation. We are here joined by Chovy, Ruler, the damage carries of Gen G after a clean victory over Bro. Chovy, last time on the POG interview, you said you are pretty much disappointed in your performance. So what about today? I was doing well, you know, and then I just kind of gave away a kill to the opponent, so not happy about that at all. I mean, that kill, or that, in my perspective, was so, like, powerless, you know, I should have died there. Ruler, what do you feel about the team's winning streak? This is your first POG. Well, I'm happy that we are on a winning streak, and I think this is the start of us, you know, improving throughout the split. And Chovy, you were playing against Morgan, your former teammate. How did that feel? I wasn't really paying too much attention about it, so it didn't really affect my performance. Did you guys have any chit-chat before the match? Not really, but when we did the walkout, I could feel that he was looking at me, you know? And it was actually happening. He was like staring at me when I was standing at the tunnel. I can't really tell if he was like looking at me with love or, you know, with some, as if he were looking at an enemy. Today, the Galio Camille comp was really working well. Me and Doran, you know, have great teamwork. And Camille and Galio are 2 of our comfort picks as well. So we didn't really practice that comp a lot, but still worked out very well. Then, what did you guys feel after, you know, you guys rounded out that draft in game number 1? I mean, I really liked the comp, but as a mid laner, it was so hard to play, you know. Yeah, and we could actually hear that you did. You're saying that the laning phase was so rough. So, with that comp, Ruler, how did you plan to play out the bottom side of the map? So our pick had Prio as well. So based on the Prio, we knew that we will be able to hit a power spike based on the concept of our comps. Just like Chovy, you mentioned, Predaprion had priority on the top and the mid lane, but heading into the late game, you guys were able to win every single team fight. Was that because of the comp or because of your mechanics? I think both, to be honest. We had late game comp, but we also played the team fight really well. And Ruler, there was one dragon fight where you were able to dodge away from Lee's kick, and then you used your stopwatch. Could you break down that play for us? Was that a mistake? I mean, I did dodge the kick from Lee Sin, but and a fat finger situation, you know, so I think I have to lose weight for sure. Jovi, what do you feel about that play? That never happened to me, so I don't know. Do you also think that Ruler has to lose some weight on his fingers? Yeah, because my finger never got that fat. So Chovi, well, you said that laning phase was really hard, you know, because you had the weak side matchup. So how was Lava's LeBlanc? Lava is good at LeBlanc, and also the opponents had a really strong pick with their second and third pick, so it was not easy for us to deal with that. So I just had to, you know, hold on the mid lane. And this was the first game here in the spring split where TF was neither banned nor picked. I mean, I don't think that Twisted Fate is really good, but it also relies a lot on the comp. And today was not the right time to play TF. It was not that necessary, so we skipped it. And Rise is having a very low win rate here, close to 0%. What do you think about that? Well, I have nothing to say, you know, because I also was part of that. But I do think that Rise is a trap card because it's so hard to do damage during team fight on Rise. I don't think that's good right now. Ruler. In the final mic check, we could hear that, you know, Ruler saying, I'm not scared. So when was the exact moment that you had full confidence to close out the game? Prior to the Soul fight, we had a big win after the team fight on the mid lane. So after that, and after we got the Baron, I got really confident. But prior to that, well, I was not too worried, but I did have this idea that we will be able to play well in the later game because of our comp, but still I didn't want to, you know, get caught off guard. Ruler. We actually highlighted the difference or the change in your stats. Nowadays, you are playing a bit of a different role in Gen G. So what kind of role are you planning to play this year? First off, you know, because of the meta, and also it also relies on the picks that I play. I don't really think that my playstyle has changed compared to last year, but I'm just trying to adapt with my new teammates and try to change my style based on the picks that I play. And of course, I have less burden to carry the entire team. What about you, Chovi? Yeah, me too. It's been pretty long since I carried my team. But you still won the POG, you know, both Ruler and Chovi, which means you guys performed perfectly today. And Chovi, you'll be facing up against Hana Life Esports. If I'm correct, I have never lost to my former team. So I hope I can continue this record. And Ruler, what about you? Hana Life. Their bottom duo were Genji's Academy bottom duo, so I really like, you know, punishing the rookies, you know, teaching them some lessons, so I will stomp on them. And looking forward to seeing a slimmer finger on that matchup. I'm gonna lose my weight for sure. I'm gonna be on fest until that day. And that's it from Chovi Ruler from Gen G, and I'm gonna pass it back to the honors rock place. Thank you.